Cardiff City World. It is match day, and today we're diving into the preview. It's Wales travelling to Liechtenstein, coming up to tomorrow or today. This is the key fixture of the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. We need to make sure there's no slip-ups, no mistakes. We need to make sure that we take 3 points from this game. We're going to have a quick look at the squad, the form, the tactics, the threats, what we can expect from the Welsh team. So get comfortable, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's go. So first up, this game matters. We have to make sure we don't slip up. Wales find themselves really a bit of a balancing act. They cannot afford to drop the points in this game. There cannot be any slip-ups. There cannot be any results like we've seen historically sometimes against these sort of perceived lesser nations. On a flip, look, Liechtenstein come into this game, they're underdogs. They are not going to qualify. They're viewed as weak. They're viewed as, just an easy win. But those games can sometimes be very difficult to navigate, particularly for Wales over the years. We're a small nation, a young team, a relatively inexperienced manager. These are games that we have slipped up in during the past years. For Cardiff City World's audience, obviously there's some interesting players within the group. Will those Cardiff City players be involved is another question. If you haven't seen the video I dropped yesterday discussing that, please do go and have a look after you've watched this video. The squad is interesting, but I don't think there's any massive surprises really. Darlow, Davis, Tom King, Ben Davis, just Jay De Silva, Chris Meepham, Cabango, Joe Rodon, Dylan Lawler, Nico Williams, Roland Capaccio, Ethan Ampadu, Josh Sheenan, Jordan James, Liam Cullen, Joel Colwell, Harry Wilson, Nathan Broadhead, Ruben Colwell, Sorba Thomas, Lewis Kumas, Mark Harris, Kiefer Moore, Brennan Johnson, David Brooks, and Daniel James. So good that Daniel James is back. I think we've missed his pace. Obviously for Cardiff supporters, you'll note that Cardiff City's Dylan Lawler, Capaccio, both Colwells are in there. That gives a strong Welsh flavour and a strong Cardiff flavour in the Welsh squad, should I say. And Wales historically, of course, have dominated this fixture. But we've also slipped up in fixtures where we're expected to win. The pressure is on. The group has probably not gone quite as we would have liked. So that said, the mental side is important. Wales cannot afford to switch off. Bellamy has to have whichever 11 he puts out. They need to be focused. They need to be able to adapt in game, but they need to apply themselves, and that application has to be top notch to make sure there's no silly errors. Don't presume the result. Go and earn it. Go and win the game. For Liechtenstein, they come with nothing to lose. It may free them up slightly, but I think we expect them to sit 11 men behind the ball. We expect them to hit a low block and just try and maybe hit us on the break. They're going to defend for their lives, and they're going to look to hit us off set pieces, transitions, things like that. So Wales have got to be organised defensively, and they've got to make sure they leave enough numbers back and don't be kamikaze like Cardiff were against Blackpool the other day. I think defensively, I expect Wales to line up probably with 4 at the back. And then it comes down to really what he wants to do with Ben Davis. If Ben Davis is going to play centre-back, is he going to rest him completely? Could you go with something like Nico Williams, left-back? You could go with Dylan Lawler and Rodon in centre-back, and then the likes of... my cats are fighting, apologies. Like a Jay De Silva or Roland Capaccio at right back. And then in the midfield, you've got Ampadu, Sheen and Cullen. They usually are he likes that sort of single pivot and the attacking eights with Cullen and Wilson, which baffles me. I got to be honest, if you're going to play that system, either Colwell brother does that role better than Liam Cullen does. But whatever. I'm not going to. It's broken record at this point. The wide areas will be exploited. You've got Sorba Thomas, you've got Dan James. You've also got Nathan Broadhead, who's been in decent form. Wouldn't be shocked to see him get some game time. I think we will rotate today just to give some players a go and try and keep everyone sharp for the North Macedonia game, because that is going to be a real tricky game. I can imagine it'll be... I think it's quite a narrow pitch, so Wales should look to try and control the tempo early, play with speed, use the width to try and create overloads in certain areas, press high, try and win the ball back and catch Liechtenstein out of position. But if they do sit with two banks of four and a low block, they've got to use the creative players. If they go really strong, the likes of Harry Wilson and David Brooks, they've got to be on it. If they go with a bit of a rotation and a Ruben or a Joel Colwell gets a chance, they've got to be performing and unlock this defence. It's really vital that Wales stay disciplined and patient, because Liechtenstein will try to frustrate, they will try to keep it tight, and they will defend deep and just try to sort of keep hold of the ball, play it into the channels, wait for that big moment, a set piece or something. In terms of the players to watch, it's quite difficult because I do expect Wales to rotate a little bit. You cannot look further than Harry Wilson. The Fulham striker has just been sensational for Wales under Craig Bellamy. His set piece delivery, his creativity can unlock even a low block. So will he play? That's the other side of it. Will he rest him? Joe Rodon in defence has been absolutely colossal. The lead centre-back is good on the ball, strong in the air, and he's been so important for Wales in recent big games. And then a couple of others. Sorba Thomas has been massive for Craig Bellamy. On the wing, his directness, his pace, it offers Wales a real dynamic option to stretch the opposition defences, and Daniel James comes into that. I think we've missed Daniel James's pace in terms of unlocking teams. Kiefer Moore, I'm not sure he plays tomorrow, but he's always a good physical presence who, he's good defensively as well for set pieces and things like that. As I said, I would like to see a Nathan Broadhead. I would like to see a Ruben Colwell get an opportunity to show what they can do in this game. But the biggest threats for Wales are this, because they are favourites for the game. Complacency. As I've mentioned, facing a weaker side can lull you into a false sense of security, so no slip-ups. Maintain a focus and be really switched on early on, particularly in any transitions. Set pieces, don't give any silly set pieces around your own box. Defend them properly and defend them well. And when Wales do press and they win the ball back, use it. Don't allow Liechtenstein to get their players back in position. You've got to move the ball quickly and use the pace of the wider areas and the wide players to really push on. And I think if Wales do rotate heavily, maybe lack of cohesion could be an issue and could cause some structural problems. So they have to be switched on. Squad fitness and rotation, I think, since this qualifying window, like managing the minutes, keeping people fresh, it could be important for these two matches. I think there's definitely an element where you could rest a couple for this game. I would like to see us give some of the younger lads a go, but it's got to have enough about it to make sure you go and win the game as well. So in terms of predicting the 11, I don't know, mate. So I'll just go with what I would like to see. I'd rest Ben Davis. I'd put Nico on the left, Joe Rodon and Dylan Laura in the middle. I'd play Ampadu for half in the 6, and then I'd probably go with Jordan James and then Ruben in a 10 with Daniel James Daniel James, and then maybe Sorba Thomas or David Brooks with Broadhead, Brendan Johnson, Kiefer Moore, Mark Harris, whoever up front. And I would rotate it a little bit. I think if you bring in like a whole host of new players, I think that could be a bit of an issue. But of course, I want to see the Cardiff City players get an opportunity tomorrow to show what they can do. But I also think that their skill sets, all 4 of them, are really suited to what Wales will face tomorrow, particularly Dylan Lawler, Kapacchio and Ruben. I think they'll be really, really well suited to the type of game it'll be tomorrow. They're going to have a lot of the ball and they'll need something different to open up like Liechtenstein. To wrap it up, it's simple. Wales must not slip up. Wales must win. The club's players, the different players, whether it's the Cardiff players or the others, they've got to be together. They've got to be playing with pride, for the Welsh national team. They've got to be comfortable on the ball and they've got to play with pace. For Wales, it's just win the game. I don't even care if it was 1-0. Just win the football match and move on to North Macedonia next week. Don't mess it up, as it were. Thank you as always for watching. Keep the faith. Cymru am byrdd. let's go and get 3 points and move on to midweek, because what we don't want is tomorrow night to be an historic night where we shit the bed again, as the Welsh national team has done historically in these games against the lesser nations, or the lowly nations as you'd call them, at least from the outside. But I'm looking forward to it. I really do hope that we rotate and all that good stuff. Let me know in the comments, how much would you like to see Craig Bellamy rotate this side tomorrow, or would you go as strong as possible? Genuinely interested if it's just me, or if everyone would rotate, give some other players a go. And yeah, let me know, and I'll see you later on. The boys will be back. Well, I'm not sure what combination of us will be back tonight, but we'll have a post-match show later on where we'll talk all about the game and more. Take care, my friends. This channel is powered by an incredible membership community on Cardiff City World and patreon.com/AcePodcastNation. Becoming a member unlocks exclusive rewards, from early access to live event tickets, bonus content, and even the occasional inside transfer scoop when we get it. But more importantly, it allows us to bring you top quality Cardiff City content 7 days a week. Across those 7 days, we're talking match previews, exclusive interviews, instant match reactions, the breakdown podcast, tactical deep dives, the spotlight series, Bluebirds Rewind, Academy Focus, and just so much more. Led by myself, backed by an army of passionate Cardiff City fans, this is content created by fans for fans. Balanced, professional, and 100% all about the club we all love. If you enjoy what we do, then join the community today and support what we are doing as we help to keep Cardiff City World flying high.